Hi, it's Barry. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to bring you this video series. Today is part 1 of how to build your CP Petite Dream Planner. Cloth and Paper released the CP Petite size last year, and I absolutely loved it. Let me just tell you a little bit about the size. It actually is the same, almost identical to A6. So if you were an A6 ring user or an A6 TN user, you're very happy about this. So they released a clear cover that says notes. It's really nice. They released the section cover for notable, and at the time they also released the notes pages, and they released the task planner pages in those sizes. I love this, and I did personalize my cover, which I'll talk about in a minute. But what was really exciting was Black Friday when the leather cover was released. It is a kind of floppy, very beautiful, and very soft leather. And I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, for many people, it's sold out almost immediately during the VIP section of the Black Friday sale. Ashley's been letting us know that she's ready to re-release it, and today was the day. So you've got the CP Petite Folio, and you have a choice of black or fossil. The one difference from the first release is she added a pen loop, which is actually just perfect because there's some extra room in there. Let me get into this, and I have so many hacks to share with you. So I'm going to show you a lot of different hacks to personalize this and make it your own. Today I'm only going to show you 2 varieties, but in the next video I have some other ideas that I will be able to share with you. So let's first look at the folio. If you got one of these CP clips, it's the exact same leather, so it looks so nice on there. When you open it up, you've got the pockets on the side. You have an area of a pocket here, and the same thing on the back side of this so that you're able to slide your disc planner in there. You can use either 1/2-inch discs, which is what I prefer because I like very slim planners, or you could use 3/4, nothing larger. I want to show you how I set this up as a travel planner. It is not my travel planner that holds all my travel information. That's in here. It's in a 1/2 letter, and I have, a lot of different things in here. I keep statistics, keep information on my timeshares, etc. That's a good size for that. The idea of this travel planner that I set up is that I have something that is so thin and so light that it can go with me when I travel, and it will serve the purposes that I need while I'm away. When I set this up, I have some cards that I like seeing in there, and then I put one of the to keep folders in there. I'm sure you, like me, are starting to accumulate a lot of these. I like to keep this on the left-hand side because you can stick things in it, and this is a very, very floppy planner. It helps keep that side nice and firm. So let me show you what I did here. If you are someone who has been a subscriber for a while and used to watching my videos, you know that I like to set things up with a little bit of dimension. So what I did here to make this planner different from my other ones is you can do this a couple of different ways. You can use a vinyl, and the vinyl can go right on the clear cover. I like to put it on a sheet of acetate so that can be moved or removed. I just bought, I spent $1.99 on, I think there were 10 printable patterns. I like this one. I didn't like the color, so I just printed it in black and white. It was a little bit too much in your face for me. So all I do is I add 2 sheets of vellum in between the acetate and the actual thing. And to me, that gives it a little bit of dimension, and I personally love the look. So here's the thing. Let's say you do want to use the clear cover, and the only clear covers that are available right now are the ones with notes, which doesn't really go with this. Well, it's really very simple. Just flip it around this way, stick this side into the leather planner, and then you have a clear cover. And just so you know, I like to experiment with a lot of these things, and not every one of the things that I try comes out perfectly, but at least I've tried it and you haven't wasted the material. I did try trimming down a mini HP clear cover to try to get 2 clear ones. I have a very heavy duty trimmer and it cut it okay. I admit I was a little nervous about it. I broke a corner rounder because when you're done, the edges are very sharp and I didn't want to ruin the leather planner. So I'm not suggesting that right now unless you have a very heavy duty corner rounder to do that yourself. So let's get back to this. Let me show you some other things I did do. So if you look at this, you can see that I have dividers. Well, how did I get those dividers? Here's my hack. I bought a package of mini HP clear side tabs. You'll only be able to use the first 5 of these. And what I did is I trimmed them down and then repunched. And if you want to know the measurements, from the area that does not include the tab, I cut it to 3 15/16 and then 6 inches from the top to here. It works perfectly. I always order custom labels, and here I'm using some white foil on the clear. And the reason is when I'm putting one of my planners in a black notebook, I think the white shows up really well. If you want to see how I have this, for example, my first section I'm calling travel. It's just going to be the general information. So the divider itself is slightly shorter than the paper, and the paper is pretty much 4x6, but it doesn't really show. It would stick out too much from the cover if I didn't trim that extra area. But I don't think it matters in the least. In this first section, what I'm doing is I have a page just for ticket information, a page for trips, and I use some custom labels. You could do this with a label maker, or if you have nice handwriting, you might want to write it. Maybe places that I want to visit while I'm on this trip, whatever. I then have a section for notes. And in the section for notes, I did use another notable section cover. I love these because they're on very heavy vellum and very nice. And I used some of the notes pages in there. In my next section, I called this Moments. And what I did is I simply put a lot of dot grid paper, which is now available in this size. And my plan is to use my Ivy printer to be able to take photos and be able to write things down. Sometimes you see something when you're traveling and you want to remember it. I also did this, another little hack. Okay, what did I do here? It's got a ruler on it so that I have a straight edge. In case I want to draw things in that area called Moments is nice. I adore the Luxe page flag, so I actually put a label on there. And then I just put like 2 or 3 of a bunch of the different ones. I think I have almost all of them now. I do adore them. My next section is expenses. And you like to keep track of things you're spending on while you're traveling, so that works there. And then the last page for packing information. Now, when you get back home, let's say that there's something in there that you want to move, let's say, into your finance section. Well, if you take this paper out, this size will fit in your other planners. So for example, if I wanted to come back and put it in a mini HP size, I would just do that. And the same thing with half letter, and the page is there. And maybe I transfer the information, and maybe I leave it just like that, depending on what it is. Another great use for the CP folio is to house a Stalogy or a similar bound book. This one is an A6 size, fits in here perfectly, and there's actually room to spare in this one because this is the old version of the folio. So I actually took a CP clip and added a pen, and there's plenty of room when I close it. In the new version being released, there will be a pen loop on this side, so you'll be able to just slide this a little bit this way so you avoid the pen loop, and you will have the pen loop there. And this hack is very simple. Go through your stash of journal cards. There's a bunch that are in the 4x6 size. All you have to do is punch them and you have a dashboard. Here's one I already have punched that you'll see in the next video, where I'm going to show you more uses of the CP Petite. I'm doing a giveaway that includes some CP Petite items. And this giveaway is only being done in my email group. So if you are not subscribed, there's a link below and you can do that. Also, part 2 will be releasing soon, so make sure you're subscribed. I'd love to hear your opinion on some of these hacks and whether you're going to try any of them. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time around.